What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Net Nobody 2 channel. Today we're going to be doing a predictions. This is not WWE, this is not NBA, this is boxing, right? We're going to be doing a prediction for the Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley boxing match tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on Showtime Boxing. I'll leave a link in the description below when I'm of the link so you can actually go buy the fight. And these are my predictions for the Jake Paul versus Woodley. Tyron Woodley is a notable UFC fighter, right? Everybody knows him by now, right? He has a record of 19 wins and 7 losses, right? He had 2 losses by knockout, 1 by submission, and 4 by decision, right? Losing. He actually lost his last 4 fights against Usman, Gilbert Burns, Colby Covington, and Vincent Leclerc, right? He lost to Usman by decision, which is fine. A lot of fights go to decision. Gilbert Burns lost by decision again. 2 fights he lost by decision. The other one was by TKO, a rib injury, right? Like the great Conor McGregor, like a doctor stoppage or whatever. He lost. And Vincent, he lost by submission in three of the fights that he lost. 4 of them, right? All happened. He lost in round 5. Against Vincent, he lost in round 1, right? Notable fights that he won was against Darren Till by submission, Stephen Thompson by decision, Drew beat Robbie Lawler by TKO in the first round. He pretty much like, but unfortunately, he's a good fighter. I just saw like a bunch of fights of like finishes. Before I even made this video, I saw a bunch of videos of Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul. No, Tyron Woodley in his last fights he had, and the guy has some power. Unfortunately, he lost his last 4 fights, which you can bounce back, right? A bunch of fighters who lost 4 fights actually bounced back. So, and now brings me to Jake Paul. Jake Paul had three wins, actually 4 4 wins with 0 losses. All came in like by TKO or whatever, right? By KO or TKO, right? First came against Deji. Deji's actually the only person that was able to take him all to go the distance with. Beat Deji by corner stoppage. Beat Anisung Gib. Unfortunately, Gib was not, in my opinion, at the time, not after. This is pretty much before he even fought Taylor Holder. So Anisung Gib wasn't prepared enough, right? Again, this was before he fought Tyler Holder. And Taylor Holder, he looked amazing against Taylor Holder. Kudos to Gib. Gib unfortunately lost to Jake in round 1, 218, right? He lost by TKO. Then Nate Robinson, which I don't know why Nate Robinson was even in the boxing ring. He's an NBA player, for God's sakes. Nate was actually looking like pretty good, but again, Jake beat him by KO in the second round with 124, and then beat Ben Askren in the first round, 159, right? By TKO. Then again, the referee was like, he was talking to Askren and saying, "Are you good to go?" He was like, "Yeah, I am." And the referee was like, "No, you're not." And then it stopped. Then tomorrow night, he fights Tyron Woodley, the UFC fighter I talked to you guys about. Me personally, the fight can go either way. But honestly, I'll give you my prediction. I'll give you my prediction like in a couple minutes. This fight can go either way. Woodley is a UFC fighter, right? Woodley fights in the UFC. Unfortunately, lost his 4 fights. Jake Paul's a boxer. He's just starting to get used to boxing, right? He still had to go a long way, right? Yeah. his older brother Logan fought Mayweather and went the distance. Logan was looking good, but Jake, honestly, in my opinion, is looking better than Logan. But yeah, the winner of this fight pretty much gonna like get like leverage on his next fighter. If Jake Paul wins, he's gonna probably take on McGregor. If Woodley wins, he's probably gonna retire and fight somebody and go back to the UFC and fight somebody. This fight pretty much can go either way. My prediction is this. Woodley's going to win, but in the 5th round, he's going to tire Jake out. 5th round, right? But my gut's telling me Woodley's going to win, right? Woodley's going to win. But you guys saw that Ben Askren versus Jake Paul fight. Jake Paul was looking good, but the conditioning. Ben Askren is a wrestler. He's a UFC fighter. Owns the record for the quickest like TKO of UFC history against Jorge Masvidal. But yeah, he's a fighter. But he's pretty much Askren, and these 4 fights that Jake Paul had are like people who can't fight. Seriously, Deji lost 2 fights against Jake and Vinny Hacker. Gibb was unconditioned. Now he was against Holder. Askren is a UFC fighter. Robinson, a basketball player. Jake Paul beat them convincingly. And this is what I think. Jake Paul's gonna win. Jake Paul. I want Tyron Woodley to win much than anybody. I know I'm a big I believe Jake Paul is a good boxer. But Woodley's gonna win. Woodley is gonna win round 5, or I think this. Jake Paul's gonna win in round 1 or round 2 by knockout to win money. This is a cash grab at the end of the day for both fighters. So yeah, guys, Woodley's gonna win for round 5, or my other outcome's gonna win. Yeah, guys. Hope you guys watched the fight. As always, guys, I'm That Nobody 2, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That Nobody 2 out. Bye.